Alright, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I want to see something. Yeah, it's the same here as well. I don't know. It'll just be the style of it. Sorry, look at something on my I mean I need to get my I want to update my overlay stuff anyway. It's been a long time since I've updated any of it, so I want to update stuff anyway. But still, anyway, thanks so much for joining everybody here. If you're watching it as a VOD on Twitch or YouTube, you know, appreciate you stopping by and giving me some of your time. So yeah, sorry I didn't stream this week. I know like last week I didn't stream. No, I streamed on the weekend last week. But the difference this week is just I just wanted to like I just didn't really feel like streaming during the week. Last week was, I mean, it's the same thing last week, I guess the week before. But the week before a lot like stuff happened, right? And I just, you know, I guess stress, you could argue, the week before, stress and just, you know, just being miserable, right? And just, you know, whereas this week I just didn't feel like it. Like I had the ability, I just didn't feel like it. So this week, you know, like last week I had last week, you know, still excuses, right? But last week I had excuses. Whereas this week there's no excuse. I just didn't feel like streaming this week. Just out of full transparency, I just didn't really feel like doing the fighting streams this week. I've updated my schedule to be 2 fighting streams a week instead of 3. So that way, you know, I've got 2 fighting streams in the middle of the week. That's Monday and Tuesday. And Friday I have off during the week, and then the weekend is a story game. So that's 4 streams a week, right? So I feel like that was four streams a week. I think no 2, yeah, 2, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking because I have Monday and Tuesday off. I'm trying to do the math in my head. I have Monday and Tuesday and Friday off. So that's 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday off. So that's 3 days. Then I have Wednesday and Thursday. So Monday and Tuesday off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is off, and then Saturday and Sunday 2 stream days. So I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, it would be. I'm being an idiot in my head. Anyway, I've changed it to be. If I didn't see the post on YouTube, you know, if you're just watching me on Twitch, I did change it to. I've updated the stream schedule, which is available on my Twitch channel and on my YouTube channel. On Twitch, it's on the About section of my Twitch channel, and on YouTube, it's on the channel banner. It's somewhere. You know, it's on the channel banner. The link section on my YouTube channel. Oh, it's also available on my Linktree link as well. So you know, if you go to my Linktree link, which has all my, you know, Twitch, YouTube links there, it also has a schedule there as well. So there's 3 ways to see it: in the About section on my Twitch channel, on my link on my channel the link section, or on the Linktree. And the Linktree is very visible. There's like 2 ways to see it on Twitch, and there's on YouTube it'll be in the description and on the channel, somewhere near my channel banner. So, but yeah, I've updated the schedule to only 2 fighting streams a week. But I just didn't really feel like doing the fighting streams this week. So next week I'll look into doing the fighting streams. I just didn't really feel like it. Like I said, last week, you know, it was like I just generally felt stressed, I guess, and drained and all that. Whereas this week, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong. I'm fine. A little constipated, admittedly. Probably too much TMI there, but a little constipated. But you know, I'm fine, right? I just didn't really feel like streaming this week. We're gonna take a break. Last week I took a break just because I was too stressed and stuff. Like, you know, like I said, you know, just, you know, depressed. Whereas this week I just didn't really feel like doing it. Just laziness. But anyway, let's go on to Carry After Story Part 3. But yeah, the schedule I will say will probably go into effect next week. But I just felt like doing 3 a week was just too much. On top of doing the streams on the weekend, and then, you know, I want to edit and upload clips and that too. I just felt like, you know, I just felt the way I'm doing it is a bit more, it's a bit better for me. Again, I can always update the schedule, but, you know, it's tough having a schedule that, you know, I feel like I can keep to and be dedicated enough and motivated enough to stick to it, right? But then I don't want to schedule that, you know, I'm doing too much and I feel burnt out and, you know, just, you know, miserable doing it. I don't want to I don't want to feel forced to doing it, right? But then I want a schedule to keep me on point, right? To help keep me motivated and I know what I'm doing, right? You know, to sort of force myself, but not force as in there's a gun to my head, but force myself as in like, you know, I've got this to schedule. This is what I'm doing today. If I stream today, this is what I'm streaming, right? And then to actually, you know, push to stream, right? And I know, like, I could maybe do one fighting stream a week. That way, you know, it's only one day in the week that I have to stream. But then I want to, like, I just feel like doing one fighting stream a week isn't enough time to cover all the fighting games I want to play. I have to at least have 2 days, right? So anyway, let's actually get down to playing the game you're here for. But yeah, I just wanted to update you on that. Alright, Ethereal Enigma. You have to launch it up and okay. Right, good. That's fine. Push. Right, let's play.
Now there's no turning back. I know that we'll face whatever may come our way, 'cause tomorrow's a new day. These simple days may pass me by, but with your hand that we can fly, guiding me through an open door. We can soar with you. There's no hesitation, only feelings that whisper inside my heart, telling me this is the place to start. And though there's times I may stumble and fall again, I know that I'm not alone in the end. I'm finally taking a path that will guide me straight ahead. Now there's no turning back. Just let those empties fade into black and fall into a new day. Please promise you won't let it slip away. And no, I'll be there. We'll take the leap and not have a care today. Will be the day. I'll never let these feelings slip away.
All right. It's a really good intro. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the carry after story intro, but I don't know. Part of me just, dare I say it, part of me just feels this intro is just better. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, but part of me wants to say that this intro is better. Dare I say it, but I feel like maybe it is. Maybe it's better. The thing is, like, they've only done 2. Ace Academy doesn't have one. I don't think Crystalline has one. I could be wrong, but I don't think Crystalline has one. There's only Carry After Story and Ethereal Enigma so far out of the visual novels that they've done that have intros, right? That have like theme songs. I hope they do another Ace Academy. I really, really do. The thing is, Ace Academy hasn't, they haven't, is it here? No, that's the old ones. Cool. 7th of the 7th, that would have been, yeah, that would have been last week. That would have been Sunday. Yeah. That would have been last Sunday. Alright. Okay. So let's do it. The sun shines through my window, burning away the fog of sleep. Blinking open my eyes, I glance outside. For once, I have no obligations. The thought energizes me and I get ready for the day. Both Nina and Erilyn's doors are closed. That's fine with me. I could use a quiet morning. Aren't we all? After freshening up, I head downstairs to grab a bite to eat. There's a loaf of custard bread? I've had custard donuts. I never had custard bread. Interesting. There's a loaf of custard bread on the table with a piece already torn off. That must be Mina. That must mean Mina is awake. She loves the stuff. Now I'm interested in meat too. I've never had custard bread. That's a thing in the UK. I catch the savoury smell of meat and see the steamer. Uncle Hajime must have prepared meat buns for us too. After eating, I clean up and relax in the living room where the ring of the doorbell surprises me. I'm not expecting anybody. I wonder who it is. When I open the door, I'm greeted by Koze's smiling face.
My man! Aren't you glad it's the weekend? I have the day off, so I thought I'd swing by.
What the hell is he wearing? He looks like Mr. White from Dodgeball. Hey, come on in. He barely waits me to step aside before he lets himself in, kicking his shoes off in the process.
Feel like doing anything in particular today? Where should we go?
I can't help but notice Koze's choice of outfit. Yeah, I noticed that already. While his clothes are clean, they show a few signs of wear and tear. Most importantly, they're a few decades out of fashion. None of that is surprising. Koze has had his vintage style for as long as I've known him. It doesn't mean that I've stopped noticing it. Vintage is in. To a party like it's 1999. Of course. Koze would stick out like a sore thumb if he went anywhere other than the past. The 90s called. They want their clothes back. He scoffs.
Some people just don't appreciate good fashion.
Or the lack thereof.
This is classic vintage. It's the epitome of fashion these days.
Are you sure you aren't just wearing old hand-me-downs?
Of course not. I bought this with my own money. There's no better way to stand out than to deviate from the norm.
He's got the standing out part right. But to answer your question, I don't have anywhere in mind. What about you? Koze shakes his head.
Not particularly. We can stay in instead. I'm all about relaxation.
That works for me. We could play something on the console.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I got to demolish you in Crash Bros.
We head up to my room and search through my games. Well, it's a little loud. The configuration, yeah. Now the background noise is... I don't know if there's a way to do the voices. Is the voices baked into the ambience? I have no idea. Now, this would be sound effects, right? So I want to keep that low. Background music and an ambience. Maybe the ambience. Turn that up a bit more. We head up to my room and search through my games. Koze excitedly checks out the newest release my parents brought back from their latest business trip to the US. I'll usually get a game before he does, and we'll try it out together. After booting everything up, we select teams and start to play.
So, are you looking forward to the club fair next week?
Yeah, are you?
Definitely. I know which club I want to join now, too.
Fucker. He gives me a knowing look.
What about you? Which club will you join?
Science, debate. I don't really care for. I mean, science is cool, but I'm not really into that stuff. And I'm gonna, role play as. Role play as a character. Maybe my character. I'm not into it, but my character would be. But I am trying. The reason I use my normal voice is because I'm speaking as me, right? I'm reacting how I would react if I was in this. If this was me, how would I react? I'm choosing things that make sense to me, right? So I'm acting as myself. So what would I be into? So acting could be cool to work on my voice acting a bit more. I mean, swimming's cool, but I'm not super into soccer. No, it'd be acting or anime. And I do like anime. I've been into anime in the past, but I don't really watch anime much these days. And part of it is because, well, I'd say it's twofold thinking about it nowadays, why I probably wouldn't be too keen on watching anime. One is the subtitles, right? Like, to watch it subbed, you have to you can watch dubbed anime, right? But not every anime is dubbed. There are anime which you have to watch subbed, right? It doesn't have voice acting. It doesn't have English voice acting, right? So I don't like reading the subtitles, because if I'm reading subtitles, I'm not looking at what's going on the screen. So you have to look down, right? And learning Japanese is hard and takes a lot of time and effort, right? And I just don't think I'd ever be motivated to learn. Learning another language would be hard enough, let alone learning one as hard as Japanese, right? You'd have to be incredibly motivated. It'd have to be with a purpose. I want to move to Japan, right, and actively live there. So I'm learning Japanese so I can visit, see if it could be a life that I want, and then go there, right? But knowing the language would help me get in, right? But I just don't think it's a hard language to learn. One of the hardest I know to learn. So I could choose anime, but I'm not personally into. I like the idea of anime, right? And I'm not going to say no if someone sticks on anime. I'm not going to say no to it, right? But at the same time, I'm not super invested in anime either. At least not anymore. I used to be back in the day, but I wouldn't say so much now. I wouldn't say I've grown out of anime per se. To an extent, I have grown out of anime, but I've never stopped showing an interest in anime, I guess you could say. I wouldn't say no if someone stuck it on, like I said. I wouldn't say no to it, right? But at the same time, and there's the other reasons as well, but I won't get into that because I don't want to get political. It's not going to have to do with Japan. It's more to do with the people that translate. If you're clued in, you might know what I'm referring to. But there are translators that recently, like this year, they did some things that people weren't happy with, and that makes me question and doubt whether the translations are accurate and fair. So I'm sure they've been punished, and maybe it's been addressed, but I don't know. So let's do acting. I think I'm going to let my inner thespian loose by joining the acting club. Jose looks confused.
You act? I didn't know that.
Of course, you get to kiss girls. I've always loved acting. Well, I don't act just yet, but it seems like something that would be fun to try. I'm considering trying something new this year.
Why not? New year, new you.
Dude, it's September.
New school year, new school you.
Sure. We continue to chat as we play. I think it's generally the trend with Kose. The more into the game he gets, the quieter he becomes. Soon, we're both getting into the competitive spirit as we play against each other. Suddenly, a knock on the door interrupts us. Who is it? Jose mutters under his breath.
Must be Mina coming to kill the vibe.
In response, the door bursts open. Everyone stands in the frame. You can't just barge in here.
I didn't. I knocked.
You're supposed to answer my question and wait for me to invite you in.
How tedious. I announced my presence by knocking. You'd find out who I was after opening the door.
I'm not just gonna let anyone into my room, but alright. Jose stares in wide-eyed wonder. He scrambles to his feet.
That's Erilyn!
Yes.
She's here!
Yes.
In your house!
Still yes.
Dressed like a hot fantasy princess!
He likes to cosplay.
Why do you sound like this is a totally normal situation? Wait, am I still asleep? That must be it.
Jose pinches himself and winces. As reality dawns, he turns to me for an explanation. Oh, right. Guess I never mentioned Erilyn's living situation to him. So, funny story, he actually lives here.
She what?
Jose's eyes bug out, and his words are a choked squeak. Erilyn waves her hand in front of her face, as if waving away an annoying fly.
I require your assistance at once.
I glance over to Jose and back to Erilyn. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a little preoccupied. She crosses her arms.
With what?
I think you mean with whom? I point to Jose, who remains frozen in shock and confusion. She glances at Jose, then back to me.
Well, Mina told me that the homework I was assigned needs to be completed.
Okay.
But she won't do it for me.
That sounds about right.
So I'm going to need you to complete it for me instead.
Seemingly out of nowhere, he pulls out a stock of workbooks and drops it next to me. With a smug smile, he turns away.
I'll come collect it in the evening.
What is even going on? Wait a minute. He pauses, fixing me with a bored look. Press Erilyn back to Mina. Give her back her books. I'll offer to help her because she's clearly not going to do it on her own. But at the same time, she is my responsibility. She's not even supposed to be doing this work. She's just doing it to blend in, right? So we'll offer to help, even though she's being an arse about it. She doesn't know any better because she's a product of her upbringing, right, and her society. She doesn't know any better, so she needs to be shown better. Insisting I do her homework isn't the right tactic, but clearly she needs help and I shouldn't ignore that. I won't do your homework for you, but if you need help, then I can help you. Erilyn sighs and settles at my desk, resigned to her fate.
Very well. If that's how it must be, then let's get started.
I meant later. I'm still hanging out with Jose right now. Erilyn furrows her brows.
What's a kosei?
At the mention of his name, Jose awakens from his stupor. He jumps up.
Me, Erilyn? I'm Kosei.
Erilyn looks at him as if seeing him for the first time. He puts on a gentle smile, a regal air returning.
Oh, I see. Do we know each other?
We go to school together.
Her face is still blank.
I'm in your class!
Oh,
After her little exclamation, she gets up and walks away. We both watch in silence as she exits. Once Erilyn is out of view, Jose flops onto his back on the floor.
She didn't even get to the point of rejecting me.
To reject someone is to care enough to give them the response. She didn't even care enough about you, dude, to reject you. Well, at least your expectations are in line. He clutches at his chest.
That comment would have hurt if I wasn't already dead. Wait, I think this is still a dream. This entire scenario doesn't seem remotely possible.
He pulls his hand back and slaps himself across the face. Seriously, dude? With no change in result, he flops down again. Try to comfort him. Maybe she'd remember you if you did her homework. Come on, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, man.
I can't.
Just use your hands and push yourself up. It's easy. Jose just flopped about listlessly. I sighed deeply.
What have I done to deserve such cruelty? How can I be so unmemorable?
I'm pretty confident that you're not the problem in this case. But my words fall on deaf ears as Kose lets out another long groan. Footsteps echo in the hallway, which is immediately followed by a breathless Mina, who pops her head into the doorway.
Are you okay, cuz? I heard a thud, and then a loud...
She pauses when she sees Kose on the floor, straightening back up. The concern melts off her face.
Oh, it's just Kose.
Fuck you, Mina. Just as quickly, she turns away. Well, that was record timing. Maybe the hilarity of the situation will pull Kose out his mood. Hey, Kose. He's just stare at the ceiling.
Yeah.
You seem to be pretty proficient at repelling women today.
Ree!
Kose finally sits up. His face is grave as he returns to his feet.
I need to go home, man.
Why? What's wrong? Kose shakes his head.
I need to do some introspection or something and reevaluate my life.
Real. Part 3 of 3 of clips now. This is good content. Or we could just keep gaming. He shakes his head again.
No, not even video games can fix this. I'll see you later.
Kose shuffles out of the room. I follow him to the front door and send him off. Trying my best to encourage him. He'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Well, pretty sure of it. Anyway, with Kose having a temp life crisis and Mina at work, I have some free time. We should hang out. Ah, so now comes the point where I can invest into one or the other, I guess. I mean, everything's been nothing but an arsehole to me, and she's not made any attempt to change her ways. Like, of course, yeah, I get it. Like I said before, right? She's a product of her upbringing, right? She's royalty in her world. She's royalty. She's always known that life. She's known nothing else but that life, right? But just because she's royalty and she's been raised, in a high end society, right? The upper echelons of her society doesn't justify her acting like an arse, right? But she also doesn't know any better, but at the same time she's not making an effort to do any better either, right? We've been pushing back hard whenever she's acted like she would in her world, right? Challenging the way she thinks and acts, and she's made no effort to change her ways. Sure, maybe we're being too aggressive about it, and she needs to be gently shown the better of her ways. We maybe are being too aggressive, but at the same time, if I act like an arsehole with someone and they push back hard, tell me to back off, right? Or or put me, in air quotes, put me in my place, right? And I care about that person, right? Or I guess you have to have I think that's the problem. You have to have a conscience, right? You have to have a sense of right and wrong. And she's been raised to not think that how she acts and behaves is wrong. She's royalty, However she chooses to act and behave, you just got to accept it. But she's not in the upper echelons of society anymore. In this world, she's a nobody. She's not royalty. And she's made no effort to get used to that, Like, I don't know. Like, if it was me, like, I'm acting as if I was in the world, right? If it was me. And if someone treated me like she's treated my character and acted like she has, I mean, she's been in this world for like a week or two now, right? And there's been no effort on her part to change her ways, right? Like, I mean, I guess small amounts, but not enough to warrant me wanting to invest in her as a person. At this point, she's just my responsibility. She's in this world because of me, and I want to make an effort to get her back to her world, right? To do right by her in that sense. But outside of that, she doesn't... outside of what I owe her and what I feel I'm responsible to do in regards to her, I don't want to get to really know her as a person, because how she acts and behaves is just not for me. Whereas Kira, sure, Kira made, saw something in the sky when I went to the shrine. It was just circumstance that she started speaking to me. But she's also made an effort to help me out and genuinely shown an interest in what I'm trying to do, right? So Kira, is arguably more interesting and more... She seems like a better option to me, right? Based on knowing both of them, sure, Evelyn's hot and arguably is more attractive than Kira. Not to say Kira isn't bad. Kira's also, I don't know for sure, I thought maybe on one of my other streams said she's an 8 or a 9, like 8 to 10. Kira's an 8 or a 10. Kira's a 10. If Kira's an 8 or a 9, Evelyn's a 10, right? Out of the park, right? She is beautiful, just an angel, a fallen angel, right? But Kira, if Evelyn's a fallen angel, Kira's a dark angel, right? She's like a grey angel, right? Evelyn's a fallen angel in terms of beauty. Kira's a dark angel, right? Has the look of one. If Evelyn acted more like Kira, then I'd probably like Evelyn. But the way she acts and behaves, right? Like, I get it. Like I said, she's a circumstance. The way she acts is circumstantial, it's circumstance of her upbringing and being raised in the upper echelons of her society. She doesn't know any better, but at the same time, she could grow a conscience, right? She could have her own thoughts and feelings and think, oh, you know what, the way I'm behaving is inappropriate. This isn't my world. This is a different world, and I need to adapt in this world, right? I can't just act like an arsehole when people are going to be okay with it. But instead of thinking that, she's just continuing to stay the course, Like, I don't know. I just don't really care for her as a person. So I think I'm going to go with Kira. I wonder what Kira's doing. She seems interesting, and it might be fun to do something outside of school or investigating Evelyn's situation. Maybe I should see what she's up to. I pull out my phone and dial her number. She picks up after a few rings.
Hello?
Hey Kira, how's it going?
Well...
She doesn't add anything else. After a small pause, she finally speaks.
Did you discover something new about Erilyn's predicament?
No. I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out. No response. It's quite hard to get. I'll wait for her to respond. I mean... No, let's take the initiative. Kira, are you still there? Nothing. Hello? Still nothing. Did we get disconnected?
Oh.
You sound surprised. So, are you free? Pauses.
Not exactly. I'm about to attend a comedy show.
Huh. It doesn't strike me as someone who's into that. I see. No worries then. That sounds like it'll be fun. Takes another few seconds for her to reply.
Do you like comedy shows?
Okay. She's taken to him. Maybe she's not used to this and that's why she was silent for so long. She just didn't know how to react or respond. Because she's not used to someone asking her. Hang out. The question catches me off guard, but I quickly recover. I mean, I've never been to one, but I'd like to check it out sometime.
I see.
Another pause.
Would you like to go today?
Is Kira asking me out on a date? She's usually more reserved and aloof. No, dude, I don't think she's necessarily asking me out on a date. She could just be asking me to hang out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not about, hating on my gender, because there's enough hate on the male gender these days. Right, not to get political, but there is enough hate on the male gender these days. But at the same time, assuming that a girl is interested in you just because she's acting nice to you, right? She could just be wanting to make a friend, she's not necessarily wants to jump your bones, so to speak, right? It's possible she's interested in you, but it's also possible she just wants to make a friend too, I understand he's just questioning it. He's not actually going with that assumption yet. But it's no, she could You also just want to be a friend too. Maybe I'm thinking too much into this. Yeah, I think you are. He means as friends. It's a date. Why not? We don't know if it's a date. Okay, we've not got no confirmation. She didn't ask us out on a date, right? You just said you want to go to this comedy show. You never insinuated it's a date. She also never said it isn't, right? I'll say sure, why not? Because at the same time, we don't know if she means it as a friend or as a date, right? But she hasn't said it's a date either. So I'm going to say sure, why not? Meh, who cares if it's a date or not? A comedy show sounds fun, so I may as well go. Sure, I'll go.
Cool. I have an extra ticket you can take.
Oh, did someone cancel on you?
No.
So, he has 2 tickets but was planning on going alone. Great.
Let's meet there in half an hour.
Okay, cool. See you then. After we hang up, Kira texts me the address to the local venue, and I hurry to get ready. I throw on some jeans and a t-shirt. These things are normally pretty casual. Once I'm satisfied, I scarf down a quick meal and then make my way outside. The walk isn't too bad. Even though the hour is late, the sky is still light, so I have no trouble finding the place. A soft breeze ruffles across my skin the whole way, making the trip easy and relaxing. I find Kira standing inside the auditorium. Most of the seats are starting to become filled. Hey. She looks up.
Hi.
Thanks for inviting me to come along. She nods in response and hands me a ticket. Thanks. How much do I owe you?
Don't worry about it.
I blink. Really?
Yeah, they were a gift from my parents.
No wonder she has 2 tickets. Her parents must have given her one so she could invite a friend. I smile. Oh, okay, thanks. Together, we head inside. The man at the door checks our tickets and guides us to our seats. It's pretty crowded. The club is low lit with tables and chairs scattered about. There's a stage with a microphone set up in front of a row of curtains. So, do you go to these shows a lot?
No, not very often.
As if on cue, a man wearing jeans and a Hawaiian shirt walks onto the stage. He sets down a bottle of water and picks up the mic.
Good evening, Matsukaze. I'm Joey Fallon. It's great to be here with you.
Everyone breaks out into applause. He grins and walks across the stage.
Oh, wow, applause. I didn't expect to get the royal treatment when I signed up for this thing.
A few chuckles sprinkle across the room. He steps down the stage and wanders through the audience.
I'm surprised to see so many adults here. Not that I'm complaining. Normally I attract the edgy kids who mistake this place for an actual nightclub. When you title something club, it's bound to happen, am I right?
He passes by a table and suddenly stops, pointing to Kira and me.
Like these two. Are you kids even 18?
My cheeks flush at the attention. I open my mouth to answer when the comedian raises a hand.
Yeah, don't answer that. I don't need another call from my lawyer.
The crowd breaks out into more laughter. Kira looks around her, but otherwise keeps her cool facade. Joey grins. He leans the mic towards me.
So, are you two on a date?
A date? Obviously. Well, it isn't obvious. Heat flushes into my face. I don't want to make Kira uncomfortable. Us? On a date? No. Kira glances at me. My blush burns brighter. That sounded like an insult, didn't it? Not that I wouldn't like that. I would. I mean, she's a great girl, but we're just friends. I want to melt into the walls as the words stammer out with a jumbled flurry. Joey chuckles lightly.
Just friends, huh?
He gives me a sympathetic pat on the shoulder.
It's okay. We've all been there, kid.
Laughter ripples through the crowd. The heat increases in my cheeks. I still glance at Kira, but she is unconcerned. The comedian leaves us and continues on with the show. He goes into a funny monologue about relationships and marriage, which has the audience roaring. He tells a joke that makes me dissolve into laughter, but Kira only smiles. In fact, no more than a light chuckle escapes her the whole show. When it's over, the comedian bows and everyone erupts into applause.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
He exits. Murmuring fills the club, the people stand up and file out the door. I follow Kira. We shift our way through the crowd and head outside. Evening has fallen by now. The street is lit up by street lamps and a few stray stars. The breeze feels cool and nice after being in that warm crowd. So, what did you think of the show?
It was funny.
I blink, surprised. Really? He nods. You're not making a joke now, are you?
No, it really was funny.
Even when the comedian thought we were dating? He nods again. My cheeks warm up again at the thought. I rub the back of my head awkwardly. That was pretty unexpected, wasn't it?
It was.
He doesn't offer more than that. We begin our trek home, side by side.
Did you think he was funny?
My sides hurt from laughing. Oh yeah, I liked him a lot. I laughed too much, my sides hurt.
I'm glad. You seemed like you enjoyed yourself.
I'm thrown off by the comment, but in a pleasant way. I didn't expect her to notice me. Yeah, I really did. To be honest, I was surprised you suggested a comedy show to begin with.
How come?
I don't know. You never struck me as the type to enjoy it.
Oh,
Silence falls between us. Kira keeps up a steady pace beside me. After a moment, I take a slight breath.
if it weren't for my parents' tickets, I wouldn't have gone. But given the circumstances, it would have been a waste not to go.
True. They kind of sent the tickets out of the blue.
Actually, they send me tickets whenever they hear a show is in town.
Really? That's pretty nice of them. She shrugs, seemingly indifferent about the situation.
They assume I love going, even though I've never told them that.
Oh, then how did they get that idea?
They took me to a show once when I was a child, and I found it funny.
I wait for her to continue, but she doesn't. That's it? Kira nods. I want to give her parents the benefit of the doubt, but I can see why Kira doesn't value those gifts. They feel like an afterthought. Well, do you actually enjoy attending comedy shows? She pauses in thought, as if contemplating this for the first time. Then she nods.
Yeah, I do like it.
Well, I don't want to insinuate that we're just friends, right? I mean, I would like something more, but I don't... If that's not what she's interested in, then I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable or force her into it, right? So, I'm just saying I like going with you, right? I'm not insinuating as a friend or as in a romantic way. I'm just saying, you know, I like going with you. I enjoy your company, you know? I'm not insinuating anything more than that. A slight smile tugs at my mouth. I like them now too, especially since I got to go with you. If there was no tickets for another show, you are more than welcome to join. There's a ghost of a smile on Kira's lips.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
We stop at the fork in the road. Well, this is me. Thanks again for inviting me. I had a great time.
You're welcome.
Are we still good for Monday?
Yes, at the shrine.
Cool. I'll see you then. I was saying goodbye. We split off onto our separate streets. I'm glad I called Kira today. For someone who's uncomfortable in the limelight, attending the show alone would have definitely attracted the comedian's attention. At least this time she had me to help defuse the situation. I wonder how many shows she's attended alone. Her family seems like they mean well, but don't seem to really understand their daughter. When I get home, I'm feeling pretty tired. I change into my pyjamas and finish up some last minute homework. It doesn't take me too long, then I click off the light and roll into bed. Excuse me. Down, down, down. I wake up bright and early the next day, stretching my arms high over my head. I slept so well last night. I feel so refreshed. After I throw on my school uniform, I go downstairs for breakfast. I pause at the table to see Erin is already waiting, but Mina isn't. Ah, what are you doing down here?
Don't we have school today?
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't I be waiting?
I suppose she has a point. I'm still surprised that she's taken on this school persona so easily. She munches on some toast as I slide into the chair next to her. Erin seems oddly relaxed about everything. Is she really okay? If I were in her shoes, I don't know if I could go about my day without a care in the world. Especially if I was literally in another world. Ask her how she's feeling. I'll ask how she's doing. Why not? Hey, Erin. How are you so calm about all of this?
All of what?
About going to school and being stuck in this world. Aren't you worried about getting home?
Of course not.
What?
I have nothing to fear because I know I'll be home soon.
How?
Because as a princess, my family will do everything in their power to find me. It won't be too long before they figure out where I went.
I feel like I need to turn the music down, like it's really loud. Maybe I'm wrong, I just feel like... Evelyn pauses, then looks at me.
Oh, and I suppose there's you, too.
Me? He nods.
Yes, you're helping me figure out if there's a way back from this side. So I might as well enjoy my time here, as I'll be back home soon enough.
That's the spirit. There are a lot of holes in this story. You know, you gotta have faith, you gotta believe, right? I guess. That's a very rational way to think about it. I'm glad Erin's making the best of her situation. Not everyone would be so level-headed, but she seems to be taking everything in stride. That's a smart way to look at it. With your family's resources, I'm sure you'll be home in no time. Until then, it's a good idea to live in the moment. She nods. Mina finally arrives downstairs, lifting her bag over her shoulder.
Good morning!
Morning. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like how are her family going to get her back, you know? But then if whatever brought her here can also send her back, right? And you know, if the power exists to transport her from her world to ours, that power must also exist in her world as well, right? Because it brought her to this world to our world in the first place. So maybe there's a shrine in her world, so there's a shrine in ours, and it acts as like a gateway between our worlds, right? Or multiple worlds. But the point is, right, I'm sure if there's a shrine in our world, maybe there's a shrine or something equivalent to what we had in our world in her world. So if there's a way that if she was sent here, the same way she was sent here could be the same way she gets sent back. So obviously the timing has to be right, and we have to wish for her to go back. So I don't know.
Are you guys ready to go?
But it makes sense if you know, if there's a way for us to send her back in our world, there might be a way for people to just bring her back from her side, from her world. So yeah, there's holes in the story, but you know, she's getting on with it, so we're not gonna rock. No, don't want to rock the boat. Evelyn and I nod. We grab our lunch boxes and some fresh bread on the way out. The delicious taste of strawberry jam melts over my tongue as I push open the door. It's another beautiful day. A nice breeze filters through the trees and rustles the branches over our heads as we walk. Eventually, Jose meets us on the way there. He grins and waves as he comes up from around the corner. When we arrive at school, the place is buzzing with students. A few are scattered about finishing up some last-minute homework, but most are talking and meeting. Sorry, let me try that all again. When we arrive at school, the place is buzzing with students. A few are scattered about finishing up last-minute homework, but most are talking animatedly to their friends.
What is everyone so excited about?
No idea. We enter our classroom. I plop down in my seat with a sigh. Mrs. Sato is in the front of the room, scribbling something on the board. Oh, looks like the club fair is happening today. So that's what all the commotion was about. Sorry, let me try that again. Oh, it looks like the club fair is happening today. So that's what all the commotion was about. Lena perks up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Evelyn looks confused.
What is a club fair?
It's an event where the school showcases all of the clubs it offers. They have all different kinds to choose from, and it's super fun checking all of them out.
Why do you bother checking out the other clubs when we all know you're just gonna choose swim club anyway?
There's nothing wrong with seeing what else is out there.
Mina leans forward on her desk and smiles.
Do you like swimming, Erwin? Maybe we could be in the club together.
Erin hesitates. She doesn't seem thrilled by the idea. Your body is made for swimming. Let's not go there. There's no need to decide right now. They have a lot of clubs to choose from. Just browse and see what you like. Evelyn nods and doesn't say anything else. Mrs. Sato wipes her hands after she's finished writing on the board.
Good morning, class. Just a quick announcement. The club fair will be happening today. It's a mandatory event, so make sure you all attend.
Okay.
Because of that, let's get started with the lesson. Please open your textbooks. We'll continue our lecture from yesterday.
There's a sound of ruffling pages. I crack open my notebook to take notes and she begins the lesson. The rest of the school day is uneventful, but it goes by at a decent pace. Having Mina, Kose and Evelyn around makes the time go by faster. I don't think it's such a monotone voice, but I am making an effort. Eventually, the bell rings and we're dismissed for the club fair. Everyone shoots to a stand and collects their belongings.
Okay, everyone, come with me.
We follow Mrs. Sato out of the door. The club fair is set up in the quad. Different booths lined up in rows. It's actually pretty crowded. Mina's eyes light up.
Oh wow! It looks like they have a wider selection this year.
I glance at Erilyn, who I glance at Erilyn, who boredly surveys our surroundings. Do you want to look around?
Is there a point? I'm not going to be here long anyway.
Yeah, but didn't you say you wanted to make the most of your time here?
Yes.
Since you have to be at school anyway, you should look around and see what catches your interest. She doesn't look convinced. Hey, you'll never know if you don't give things a chance. Who knows what new hobbies and interests you'll discover? Think of the possibilities. Erilyn heaves a deep sigh.
If it means you'll stop pestering me about it, then I suppose I'll have a look around.
This woman is hard work. Kose overhears and chimes in.
I'm gonna look around too.
Same here.
How about we meet back here when we're done?
Sounds good to me. Once we're all agreed, we branch off in different directions. I'm about to set off when I spot Kira's long, dark hair in the crowd. She happens to glance my way and we make eye contact. Carefully, she makes her way over to me. Hey, are you enjoying the club fair so far?
It seems interesting.
Do you have any idea which club you want to join? Comedy club, perhaps? Flash her a smile, try not to chuckle at my own joke. I think I catch a faint smile from Kira.
I'm not sure. There are a lot to choose from.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look yet. Kira nods.
I have, but there are more I still want to see.
I expected Kira to be so interested in the fair. Although it makes sense to check out a lot of the booths when you're still undecided.
Oh, the line for the art club is short now.
Okay. Oh, what happened? Oh, I just say okay. Okay. He quickly says goodbye before heading for the booth. I wonder what other booths Kira has checked out. Well, time for me to start looking around. Make a circle around the fair, browsing through all the club's offerings. I walk by posters advertising clubs ranging from common interests, like debate or dance, to more obscure ones like Hikaru Dorodango, which is apparently just dirt polishing. It seems like there's a club for everything. Most clubs, especially the sport and technical ones, are looking for people who already have experience from junior high and won't accept beginners. A lot of the others already hit their new member quota. I didn't realise the clubs filled up so fast. I wonder it's been a mad dash. After I finished my first loop, there are 3 available clubs that are accepting new members. The Good Samaritan Club, the Science Club, and the Kendo Club. Which one would I like to learn more about? I have no idea what any of these. I need more info for science. I feel like the Kendo Club would be more interesting. I mean, science, I'm not nerdy enough to know. My brain will just melt at the information. Good Samaritan, I mean, in real life, I could be a pretty selfish person, admittedly. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll help out other people and do good things for them, but you know, I'm very inherently, you know, about me. So I don't feel like I just don't feel like a Good Samaritan accurately reflects how I would, how you know, what I mean, I can maybe check them all out, but I guess you can only pick one, right? Also, back in a second. Oh, I'm back. Good Samaritan Club is about... Yeah, I'll say the Kendo one. I definitely want to check out the Kendo Club. It sounds like it would be cool. First thing I notice about the guy behind the booth is his mismatched eyes. He greets me with a smile.
Hey, I'm Rixnay Lency, president of the Kendo Club.
Alright, that's a cool one. He's got a sign eye too. That's cool. Hi, I'm Holy.
Nice to meet you. Are you looking to learn more about Kendo?
Yeah.
Then you've come to the right place. The Kendo Club is for anyone who is interested in Kendo, regardless of their experience level. If you want to learn the art of Kendo, we're happy to teach you. Or if you just want to observe, that's great too. You're just as welcome.
That's good to know. He nods.
Are you ready to jump into the world of Kendo?
I don't know yet.
No problem. Come back if you change your mind.
Thanks. He waves as I leave the booth. Which club should I check out next? Okay, so you can check them all out. Okay. Okay. I guess this one next and then science. I like to pride myself on being a good Samaritan. I don't. So this club sounds like it could be just right for me. I approach the booth. Immediately, a girl with short dark hair and dyed red tips greets me.
Hello, hello! Welcome to the Good Samaritan Club. I'm Rika Raiden, president of the club.
Rika Raiden sounds so familiar. Like from Final Fantasy or a game or something. Well, no, I guess Rika Raiden from, sounds like something from, Honkai Impact 3rd. I'm Holy. So what exactly does this club do?
Well, at our core, we're here to help.
Who do you usually help?
Anyone who needs it, but especially our fellow students. We're here to make sure that the school is a safe environment.
Like, in what way?
In all ways. We'll resolve any disagreements or unfairness through any means necessary.
Any means necessary? He winks.
Think of us as the justice of the peace, where we dispense justice to keep the peace.
Oh, like Justice Warriors. Yeah, I'll pass. This is intriguing. It sounds like there's more to this club than meets the eye. Sounds like you guys are busy.
We are, which is why we're always looking for interested members. What do you think? Want to help keep your school safe and fun?
Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
No pressure. Feel free to come back once you've made up your mind. We'll be waiting for you.
He winks and waves goodbye. Which club should I check out next? Let's go. I need more info for science. As I approach the booth, a guy with blonde hair and glasses greets me.
Hello, are you looking to hear more about the science club?
Yeah. He nods.
I'm Kohako Kaito, the president of the club.
I'm Holy.
Nice to meet you. This club is for anyone who's interested in different sciences. We share knowledge and debate scientific theory and its philosophical implications. It can be quite enlightening.
Oh, nice.
Are you interested in joining?
Well, it's its philosophical implications, so I don't have to be super into science to discuss the effects of science. I could speak about science from a philosophical perspective and say, like, how these inventions speak about AI and the pros and cons of AI, and you know how technology has, you know, how science has impacted us as a society and how we've evolved. The way he worded it, now I can maybe, like, I thought maybe it was like, you know, oh, you just, you know, you expand your knowledge of science, but he's talking, they discuss science in different aspects, in different ways. I may not understand the technical side of science, right? The quantum physics and the equations and shit, but I can speak about it from a philosophical perspective, about the pros and cons of science, the implications of what we invent and create. I'm not sure yet.
That's okay. We're accepting members for as long as the fair lasts. Feel free to stop by again if you like.
Thanks. I turn to leave and he greets the next student in line. Which club should I check out next? Well, we'll save it and then make our decision. I've made my decision. After learning more about the clubs, I know which one I want to join. I return to the science club booth, and Kohako smiles when he sees me.
I'm glad you came back.
Yeah, I just couldn't stay away from science.
I know the feeling.
It's a shame there's no art club, acting club, but oh well. He helps me sign up, and soon I'm an official member of the science club.
We'll see you at the next meeting.
Definitely. I wave goodbye and then continue to browse the other booths just for fun. Those clubs sounded really cool. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun this year. Just as I'm returning from the booth, I see Kose and Nina already waiting for us. Hey, did you see anything you liked?
Yeah, there were so many. Did you know they have a Taekwondo club this year?
Yeah, I saw that. They have a cooking one too. Just think of all the delicious ramen they make in that club.
Ooh, I bet that would be a good one to join. I saw they added a cosplay club too.
Kose lifts an eyebrow.
Cosplay?
Yep, that's probably the one you're going to join, right?
Crosses his arms.
Do I look like Erlen to you? Why would I join the cosplay club?
Because you already look like an anime character with that gravity-defying hairstyle.
There's the one who also looks like an anime character. I'm not really sure, but I thought maybe I made a joke in an earlier stream where I said that she looks like a generic anime girl. Like, I made comments about how they both look. So I wouldn't be so quick to jump on that bandwagon, Nina. I mean, you look like an anime girl yourself.
Hey, it takes some serious skill to look this good.
Nina giggles.
Okay then.
What's up with you commenting on my hair all the time?
He flicks his bangs out of his face with a smirk.
You must be really into it, or you wouldn't focus so much on it.
Nina makes a face.
Please, don't flatter yourself.
These two never stop, do they? I cough and the two of them look up. Were any of these clubs able to convince you to join them? Nina smiles.
No, I'm sticking with swimming.
Yeah, and I'm not swaying from soccer. What about you?
I joined the science club. You can never have too much science in your life.
Maybe you'll get to explode something.
One can only hope.
Well, I hope you have a lot of fun this year, cuz.
Thanks. I see Evelyn approaching us from the crowd. A determined look is carved across her face.
I have decided.
We blink. That's pretty abrupt. On what? A club?
Yes. I have finally found a place that understands my birthright.
What are you talking about?
Student council. You're looking at your new grade representative.
Princesses are for freedom? You'll have to vote for you first. Got that. You're for democracy?
I'm for the freedom of the people, if that's what you mean.
You are?
Yes, freedom for them to finally see what they're missing and to hand over their votes for my reign.
Mina's face lights up.
I had no idea you were interested in student government. You should definitely run if that's what you're passionate about.
Jose nods.
Yeah, you'd have my vote.
Evelyn lifts her chin with a smirk.
Huh, you see? Even this complete stranger would vote for me.
Oh no! You mean Jose? He blinks.
What's a Kosei?
Jose space.
What? Are you kidding? We've been through this!
We have?
Yeah, don't you remember?
Silence.
We just spent the whole school day together.
More silence.
We literally all came to the club fair together as a group.
Oh.
He smiles and then walks away, leaving him in the dust.
Seriously?
Poor Jose, man. Can't believe there's a part 4. There's a part 4. Oh my god. He clutches his chest and flops onto the floor.
Why doesn't she realize I exist?
Mina startles to a giggle while I shake my head. I suppose you can get your revenge by not voting for her. Jose sighs.
Oh, it's okay. I'd still vote for her.
Because she's hot, right? Yeah. The bell rings, signalling it's time to get back to our classes. Talk about timing. We followed a group of students back into the hall. Evelyn seems excited now that she's decided on something she likes. As we take our seats in class, everyone is still talking about what clubs they're joining this year. Mrs. Sato enters the room and claps her hands to get our attention.
Alright, settle down, class. I know you're excited, but we have some things to go over.
Everyone quiets down. Mrs. Sato begins her lesson. The second half of classes go by quickly. Soon, the bell rings, signalling the end of the school day. Chairs scrape against the floor as everyone stands to gather their things. After retrieving my bag, I look around the classroom for Kira, but she's not there. I hope she didn't forget about our revisit to the shrine today. I didn't have a chance to ask her about it while we were in class. She's probably waiting for me out front. After saying goodbye to my friends, I hurry out of the classroom and into the courtyard. Kira waits for me in front of the doors. Her bag is slung carelessly over her shoulder. As she waits, she frees her hair from the strap, letting it fall down her back. She glances at me as I approach. Hey.
Hi.
You ready to go? She nods. We head out of the courtyard and pass through the school gates. Soon we're on the path towards the shrine. Thanks for coming with me. Kira nods again.
I just hope that Mrs. Tanaka is there.
Same. I soon recognise the shrine gates in the distance. The closer we get, the more my stomach twists into knots. I really hope we get some answers this time. As if sensing my thoughts, Kira picks up the pace. When we arrive, the shrine is quiet. A few people wander the grounds, enjoying the tranquility. We head towards the offering box. That seems like a likely place for volunteers or staff members to frequent. Kira grasps something within her hand momentarily holds it against her chest. What's that? She opens her palm to reveal an amulet.
It's for luck.
You're my lucky charm. Well, we have made progress thanks to her, right? So it is a bit like, cheeky to say it. But we'll go for it though, we'll go for it. Oh, that's a good idea. I grin, folded my hand over Kira's. Her gaze flicks down.
What are you doing?
I wink, holding on to my lucky charm. She slips her hand out of my grasp. I guess my luck ran out. We continue on our way. We approach the offering box. Someone exits, nearly running into us.
Whoa, sorry.
I glance up and see a guy who looks to be about our age. It's okay. We're about to pass him when he stops us.
Oh, wait a minute. You're friends with Kosei Nakahara, right?
We freeze. How does he know that? I take another look at him. Although he wears the same school uniform, I don't recognise him. He must be an upperclassman. I glance at Kira, but she doesn't recognise him either. Yeah? His grin broadens.
Oh, good. I thought so. Can you pass on a message for me?
Who are you?
Sorry. I should have introduced myself. I'm Daisuke Miyamoto, and I'm on the soccer club.
Oh, I see. So that's how he knows Kosei. He must have recognised me from when I helped Kosei practice.
We forgot to give these invites to everyone at tryouts.
Passes me an envelope.
Look, if you wouldn't mind getting this to Kosei, I'd really appreciate it. I've got a ton of people to hand these out to, and you'd be doing me a huge favor.
Sure, that's fine. He breathes a sigh of relief.
Oh, great, thank you. That helps me a lot. I've got more people to track down, so I won't disturb you any longer.
He waves as he walks away.
Thanks again.
No problem. With a final smile, he jogs off. Kira looks after him, expressionless.
It must be tough trying to track down everyone from tryouts.
Yeah, he's lucky he ran into us. He nods. Anyway, should we go up to the box?
Yes, let's go.
Together, we step up towards the offering box. The main hall is right nearby. From here, I have a pretty clear view inside. I peek in, but there are too many people to spot anyone clearly. A moment later, Kira grasps my arm. Link your arm with hers. Don't think too much about it. A slow smirk glides across my face, standing in front of the offering box. Just the two of us. Kind of romantic, isn't it? Kira must be overwhelmed by all of this romantic atmosphere and finally succumbing to my charms. Well, I will gladly follow along. Gently, I link her arm in mine, twisting my hand over hers. Don't worry, I'm here. Kira blinks.
Yes, I know. That's why I tried to get your attention.
No, I mean I'm here for you. She continues to stare blankly. Never mind.
Over there. Is that the woman?
She points to an elderly woman sweeping the leaves off of the main path. Her grey hair is pulled into a low bun and her clothes look neatly pressed, but she doesn't look familiar. She's not the old woman I talked to. Maybe she's Mrs. Tanaka.
We could ask her.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt to talk to her. She might know something. Kira nods. I lead us over to the woman, who blinks as we approach. Sorry to disturb you. Are you Mrs. Takanaka? Her eyes widen.
Oh, yes. Have we met before?
No, but we were told you could help us. She splits into a knowing grin.
Of course. A beautiful couple like you two. I bet you've come to pray for a long and happy relationship.
Not this again. Why does everyone mistake us for a couple? I glance at Kira, who glances back at me. She tilts her head to the side, waiting for me to answer. Somehow, I don't think she'd be so happy about me pretending we're together this time. No, actually...
No need to be shy. I was young once too, you know. In fact, you remind me a bit of myself when I was a youngster.
He winks at Kira, who blinks in surprise. Mrs. Tanaka sighs dreamily.
Oh, to be young again.
Snap back to reality. Ooh, the ghost. And nods briskly.
Yes, well, you've come at a good time. The energies today are very strong.
The energy.
Yes, yes, the ethereal energies.
We exchange glances, and Kira's eyes widen. My heart thumps loudly in my chest. I think we finally stumbled upon a lead. You've heard of the ethereal energy before? Sorry, you've heard of the ethereal energy too?
Of course. Only those who spend a lot of time at the shrine understand the inner workings. A young man like you must be very informed to have heard about it too.
I've only heard a little about it. What exactly is ethereal energy? Mrs. Tanaka scratches her head.
That's a very good question. It's just the magic of the shrine, I think.
Well, you know so much about it. What? You said you knew so much about it. What?
The magic of the shrine?
That's right. The thing that grants wishes.
Yeah, but what is that?
The ethereal energies.
Right, but how does that work?
You know, I'm not too sure. I never asked about it.
The excitement I felt a moment before quickly ebbs.
How did you learn about ethereal energy?
Oh, I overheard some people talking about it here at the shrine. Isn't that how you heard about it?
Sort of. Mrs. Tanaka knows about as much as we do. I look over to Kira, who seems to mirror my thoughts. I guess this is a dead end too. We may as well go back. I turn to Mrs. Tanaka. Well, thank you for all your help.
But I haven't done anything yet. Oh, wait here.
She shuffles off. A moment later she returns and firmly places an amulet in my hands.
Here you go. Now go make an offering and you'll be blessed with a long and happy romance.
You really aren't a couple.
Hurry, hurry. The energy won't be here forever.
Insists on returning it. Then make that wish. There's no reasoning with her. We tried to see her, but she's insistent on it. So let's just accept it. There's no point arguing with her. She's obviously convinced herself that we're a couple, and no amount of reason is going to change her mind. I might as well accept this so we can leave. Thanks, I guess.
No more dilly-dallying. Get to wishing.
Alright, we'll get going. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Take care, you two. Ali Oten, L'Oreal Dan Mali.
Kira and I freeze. Whatever she said is definitely not Japanese. In fact, I don't think it's any recognisable language. What's that phrase you just said?
Ali Oten, L'Oreal Dan Mali. It's a phrase I learned here in the shrine.
What does it mean?
I think it's a parting. That's how I've heard it used.
What language is that?
Mrs. Tanaka hesitates.
I'm not too sure, but I lived in Japan all my life and don't know much about other languages.
I don't know it either. But I know something that will. I know someone that will quickly pull out my phone. Hey Google. Hey Google. What does Alioten L'Oreal Don Mali mean? I would like the articles pull up on my phone. Let's try again. What language is Alioten L'Oreal Don Mali? All random articles pop up, none of which have to do with languages. I type it out into Google Translate, but it doesn't even return a result. If Google doesn't know it, then it's probably not a language from here. If it's not a language from here, then maybe it's a language from another world. Mr. Tanaka, I have a friend who may be interested in that phrase. Would it be okay if we came back to visit another day?
Please do. An old woman like me doesn't get too many visitors.
When would be a good day?
I'll be back here on Thursday.
Thank you, Mrs. Tanaka. We'll come visit then.
Oh, that would make me so happy. Don't forget to bring your girlfriend, too.
She's just a friend.
Yes, your girlfriend.
Don't think she'll listen if I try to clarify further.
I'll be there.
Kira must be thinking the same thing. After saying goodbye, Kira and I make our way out of the shrine. Yeah, I feel a bit convicted. I did say, like, you know, I want to leave the door open, but I don't want to force her into it, right? If she just wants to be friends, so be it. But then, when she linked her arm with me and I linked her arm with mine, you're my lucky charm, right? You could just say, like, I'm making a joke, right? And she expresses that, you know, like, we should take her hand away. And it was like, oh, okay, I get the point, right? And then, you know, I mean, we're not going to be forceful about it, and we're not going to insinuate it, right? We'll just you know, we could just be friends that just taking the piss, right? But if she does take it seriously, then I'll push forward, right? So it's kind of like I'm trying to go into it, you know, 50-50. If she just wants to be friends, fine. If she wants to be something more, then, you know, that's, you know, we can push for that as well. We'll push for that. But you know, right now we'll just act as if we're just joking about and taking a piss, right? Because of the comedy club, the guy assumed we're together, and I'm just like an inside joke, right? That we're together when we're not. But I'll always be willing to take a step back if it gets too serious. But if she is into it, then we'll push forward. After saying goodbye, Kira and I make our way out of the shrine. I feel lighter once we leave, filled with a renewed hope. Kira catches up as we turn onto the road.
I'm curious about what that phrase Mrs. Tanaka said means.
I'm not sure, but I have a feeling Evelyn might.
You think it's a language she'd know?
Yeah, none of us recognise it. Even Google didn't know it. Kira nods, thoughtful.
I wonder if Mrs. Tanaka learned the phrase from the ethereal energy woman you met that night.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's too much of a coincidence otherwise.
You're right. We reached the intersection where our paths split. Thanks for coming with me again.
I'm glad I did.
Hopefully we'll learn more hopefully we'll learn more next Thursday. Comment about the mistaken dating. Well, no, we can certainly you know, bring it. We'll bring it up. Say, look, I'm sorry about all the mistaken dating. You know, when I linked my arms with yours and said you're my lucky charm, I'm just taking the piss. I'm just trying to joke her out and, you know, and make light of the situation. I don't mean anything by it. You know, we can clear the air here. Unless Mrs. Tanaka keeps insisting we're dating again. It's funny how that keeps happening to us, right? Kira nods. Either way, I hope next time she focuses more on our questions and less on our dating status.
I think she will.
How come? She wasn't very insistent today.
Because Erilyn will be there.
Oh yeah. Unless she thinks that Erilyn's the third wheel.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, see you. After a brief wave, we both head our separate directions. I pick up the pace and hurry home. My chest is nearly bursting with anticipation. I'm eager to tell Erilyn we have a lead. I make it home, breathless and aching. Immediately, I go upstairs 2 at a time, then knock on Erilyn's door.
Come in.
She's lounging on her bed, flipping through a book when I enter.
Yes?
I was just at the shrine looking for that old woman when I learned a very interesting phrase instead. Would you like to hear it?
Is that what you interrupted me for?
She turns back to her book.
Your common phrases don't interest me.
Casually phrase drop it. Well, I'll just casually drop it, we'll get a reaction. I shrug, feigning equal indifference. No? Well, alright then. Turn towards the door, I call out. I guess I'll just go to someone else and wish them Alioten Lorielden Mali instead. She responds automatically.
Malinodera Malioten.
Then her eyes widen, she realises what she just said. She sits straight up on her bed.
How do you know Hyamirian?
Is that what you speak in Velden?
No, it's an ancient language that's only used during formal services. Which makes you knowing it even more unusual.
Like I said, I went back to the shrine to see if it could... I went back to the shrine to see if I could find that old woman. But instead ran into someone else. She She taught me the phrase. Erin jumps to her feet. Her expression is serious, but I can hear the hope in her voice.
There's another Velden here?
There must be. Otherwise, how did Mrs. Tanaka learn it?
You must take me to them.
Mrs. Tanaka says she'll be back to the shrine on Thursday. We can go find her after school and ask who she learned that phrase from.
That's too far away. We'll go now.
It's probably not a good idea to keep disturbing her at work. She's already agreed to a Thursday visit.
She'll be honored by a royal visit. Of course she'll make time.
You're not royalty here, remember? She's about to retort, but shies instead.
Fine. If that's when we have to visit, then so be it.
The excitement over Erilyn sinks back onto her bed.
I'd like to be alone now, please. I have much to think about.
I can imagine. The possibility of meeting one of her people here must be exciting and nerve-wracking. Sure. Return to my room. I get a head start on my homework. When I'm tired of studying, I take a break by browsing memes on Reddit. On Reddit. There's some crazy stuff on the internet. There sure is. Eventually, it's late and time for bed. After washing up, I happily slide into bed. Feeling positive, I drift into a gentle sleep. Alright, and that's gonna be that. That was a good session. That was a really good session. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate you being here. You know, hopefully I've been the source of your entertainment to an extent. Be that first, second, third, fourth, you know, audio only, you know, background noise. You know, if I've been source of your entertainment to any extent, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Like I said, I'm sorry for not streaming during the week. I just didn't really feel like it. And you know, as I said, as you know, it is a hobby. You know, I feel like other people have said it right. If you feel like you're forced to do it, you don't want to be there, then people are going to notice it, right? And feel like you're just dragging yourself along. And I didn't want to feel like that. Today, I was almost tempted today to not do it, but then I'm like, no, I really do want to, you know, get my story streams done. You know, if I don't do the fighting streams, if I don't do the fighting streams, I at least want to do the story once, you know, because you know, one, you know, I've been enjoying the visual novel, and two, I don't want to miss the story once, right? So I managed to push myself to do it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys obviously tomorrow for more of the visual novel. And then Wednesday, if going off the new schedule, if I feel up to it, it'll be Wednesday and Thursday for the fighting streams. So Monday and Tuesday won't be anything. So Sunday, tomorrow will be more of the visual novel, the story game. So thank you much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a good weekend. And I hope to see you tomorrow. If I don't, hopefully I'll see you during the week. If I don't see you then thank you for giving me some of your time and take care. Please subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.